come out, stick a little drill battery on charge, look. Get the old impact on as well, so I'm gonna have to stick the wheels on it to drop it down and then jack just one side up so I can get to the transmission tunnel properly. We've got to go over here. Flattened hard race badge, that needs flattening out and get some new sticky on it, because my rear lower arms had one facing one way and one facing the other way, so I had to peel that off so I can get them both facing out the back. We've got me grill, work in progress. We've got me K-swap axles, EP3 shafts with the inner ends swapped for correct lengths, and then B-series outer shafts, K-series intermediate shaft obviously. Brand new battery, sitting there probably dying, it's been there for like a year. Techno. What else we got? We got number plate surround. We got some VTI 9K dials in there hiding. Stick them out of the way. Under there we've got some side skirts, seal extensions, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I've got brand new bonnet under there, painted silver, nice. We've got a wing under that blanket, and then under here we got le moteur, the K20 A2. Focus, you bitch. K20 A2. It's gonna get a little clean up at some point, but it ain't looking too shabby really. I've stuck a little bit of time in cleaning everything up. All that chisel. One day it will be a fully working driving car. Oh yeah, what else got there? Got another little Integra DC2 anti-roll bar. That was the second one I bought, just so I could get the D brackets. Get a project car, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They're fucking wrong. I forgot about some other stuff too. K20 gearbox down there, ready to get taken apart, all new bearings and shit. I've got some Mishimoto radiator hoses. They're K-swap rad hoses. And then we've got in here a cheeky little which way does that go? That's the bottom there, isn't it? That's the top. It's my radiator. I think it's like a twin core. It's obviously it's thicker than a stock one, but it's not like fucking ridiculous. It's about an inch, just over an inch wide. But oh, careful. Full alloy rad. Sits in the passenger side. Is it the passenger side? Yeah, sits on the passenger side, but it's designed to go in the stock aircon mounts, which I don't have. So I've got the original rubbers from a set of aircon mounts out of a B series, and I've just got to make up a little L bracket with a hole in for the rubber to sit in, and then that'll sit in there nice. And then I've got the old strap that goes on the top, the old anodized jobby. Then up here, which I forgot about, we've got a nice M Factory limited slip differential K-series gearbox jobby. I've no clue what the final drive is on that ring, but I shall be using the one out of the gearbox anyway to keep the stock EP3 final drive, so that'll be pretty good. Got bits everywhere. Fucking look, I've got a starter motor sitting up there, and I've got a wing mirror sitting up there, and I've got another belt which is for an EP3 or K20 engine with power steering and aircon, because mine doesn't have either of that. That was too long. I think that's about it really. The only things I'm actually missing to finish the car is seats, proper roll cage, and an exhaust system. So we're good. So here we are, another day at the farm. Today we're going to install the hybrid racing shifter bracket, mount, plate, whatever you want to call it. This is so we can install the Integra DC5 shifter box, and then it'll go on there. So we've got to do the two holes at the back there. They go into some factory holes on the tunnel. Front's got nothing in it, so I've just put piece of tape right the way along both sides. We're going to get a pen out, mark the holes, drill them through, and then my little dude here, he's going to hold the tops of the bolts, and I'm going to go underneath and stick the nuts on from underneath the car in all the dust. So, and then when we've done that, we've got to figure out how, see that silver plate back there, that is the secondary restraint system module, or SRS ECU. That controls all the airbags and seatbelt pretensioners and stuff. We don't need that where we're going, so we're going to take that out, hopefully. I've got to pull some stuff out of the way.
Yeah,
I was hoping I could just bypass it, but it looks like I'm going to have to get rid of it completely to route the cables underneath there.
The back here.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk in the back. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Project Car Life.
Yeah.
It's my storage facility whilst we're working on stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's get down to it.
okay, we are back.
Okay, so we've got our shifter plate.
Yep.
And we've put the tape on.
Tiny little holes.
Well, we haven't made the holes just yet, but we've marked out the holes. We've centre punched them. We've measured them. The hole centres are pretty good. Yeah, you did the centre punch, yeah. So now we're going to start off with just a tiny little drill.
I also have a torch going on my
This is
phone.
like a 4mm drill bit just to start with. So we get it bang in the middle of our hole there.
Quality content right here.
I didn't bring no WD-40, so it's going to get quite hot.
Oh. Whoa, that was fast.
This is one little hole. Now we do the same on
One little hole, two little hole, three
side.
little hole.
We get that in the centre of the hole.
Center of the hole. Yeah. This is the car so far. There's literally no engine, no front bumper, literally no rear wheels.
Lewis, can you go into my little drill bit box just there and get me the big one, the 6.5mm drill bit, please?
Where?
To the right hand side of the toolbox.
This
Green one. Look for the drill bits, mate.
This one.
That's it.
Oh, the Bosch
I
one.
want 6.5, the big one.
6.5. Got it.
That's it.
Is this it?
Yes. I didn't even tell you metal drills, but that's the right one.
Quality content right here.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, quality
One of my holes
content.
wasn't quite centre, so we'll just over drill it, make it a little bit bigger.
Quality content right here.
Oh, hang on.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking for the goat. I want a goose chase for a goat.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Roughly in the middle of the left hole's not quite, but I think that's where my centre punch wasn't quite right. Although they measured up fine. It's probably just disorientating because of where the tape is.
Yeah,
But we can biff the tape off now because we're going to go straight in the hole with the multi drill bit thingy bob. I know they have a name, but I can't remember what it is.
quality content.
No, it looks fairly square, to be honest. Looks pretty square.
Looks like two eyeballs. Very hard.
So there's no turning back now. I made the big holes. So let's have that plate there, dude.
There it
Let's
is.
hang on. Okay. Let's just line up these back holes a minute.
Oh look, I remember this. You made a key ring out of a sprocket. Whatever
That's
it
a
is.
shock absorber.
Shock absorber, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is that for the keys for the car?
Yeah.
Can I take them out?
Okay,
Does
we've got the
it
rear ones.
fit?
Rear ones are in and started. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Doozies.
Perfect.
He says.
Perfection.
They just need to be long enough to fit out the bottom side.
Are they the same ones as in the back?
Well, no, if you look, they're if you look, these are.
In the camera, my finger looks so old.
Look, so that's the standard size,
Yeah.
and that's the longer one. So
Are we
hopefully,
using the longer one?
yes, hopefully
I said no.
Mate, they drop straight through. Perfect.
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 Perfect. It's
Right,
perfect.
so, okay, turn it off.
Next time he's going under there.
Yeah, I'm going to go under there with the nuts.
We'll update you when he's done. Alright guys, he just ran into a big problem. You tell him.
Big problem. You're so dramatic. Well, basically, I'm too fat to get in that gap.
Yep.
And the
Too
rear
fat.
end is currently held on axle stands, if you show there.
It's hard to see them.
And
how dark it is.
because the ground isn't necessarily that level,
Oh,
we're going
now
to have
you
to
can
put the
see
rear
it.
wheels on, take the stands out, and then jack the car up from the front so that I can get clearance to get under it. So
Yeah, so we putting the rear wheels on.
take these wheel nuts off.
If you only just notice,
Grab that for me, dude.
you notice that it's starting to rust.
Yes,
That's
because it's
another problem.
it's not hugely dry out here.
Got it.
Tell you what I do need, mate.
What?
Me Ryobi impact. Need the Junjun.
That
Can you find that for me, dude?
Sure. Where is it?
Wherever you put it.
Oh, it was in the van. Oh, you're bobbing there. Put your hands up! I have a deadly weapon. Right,
Now I have to do this very gently because...
here you go. Can I drill the tyres on?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I'll update you in a minute.
fall on that. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so sketchy. See if there's enough space to get the jack on. Actually haven't even lifted it for that one yet. We're well clear of the far one.
Huh?
Good. Right out.
There's one. Nowhere to go. Nice.
Spare wheel.
We can drop this puppy now.
Yeah, but a bit gently though. Okay, ready? She's coming down, bro. Watch the jack start moving with the car on top of it. She will.
And there she goes.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Sketchy. Sketchy.
Let's get close to the Porsche.
Sketchy. She's down, bro. Look
Touchdown!
how sick that fitment is.
Nice.
Nice.
It's like camber.
Closer, dude.
Almost. It's like almost camber.
You see how
You're gonna need new.
it's hitting metal already, isn't it?
Yeah. You're gonna need new arches, aren't you?
Nah, we just gotta...
Trim
wow,
it.
that's really bad actually.
Yeah, you gotta trim that. Gotta trim that.
Yeah, I don't even think we're gonna get it on a trailer like that. It's so bad.
You're gonna have to trim it clean off.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, you tap it, they fold it under, they put a device on the front of the wheel, and then they roll that flat section up inside. But I'm not convinced I'm ever going to make them fit.
Oh.
EC30 offset. It's a rad offset, dude, but cheap pokey, man. Oh, got my ass in the light. It's hard to get an idea of just how bad that is. But the camera's flush to the body of the car, and you can see how much rubber is the wrong side of the wheel arch. But it does look pretty sick. So a mate of mine's inspired me to do a little bit of this YouTubing malarkey. Big up, Alex. This is my Civic EJ9, 299 on a V-Reg, I think. Bought it off a mate of a neighbour. Paid £1,000 for a shell and not a great deal else. There wasn't much of an interior. Had 3 brakes on it. Engine bay was empty. Interior was empty. It did have 1 seat in it, in fact, actually. That's in there. But in the last year, basically what I've done is I've completely refreshed all the chassis components, we've got, you can't actually see a great deal now because I put the wheel back on. I've got some pictures, I'll stick the pictures up. But you can see we've got a complete rear disc hub swap on it from a MB6 Civic. So they're 262 rears with genuine Nissan calipers on the back there now. Freshly painted EBC yellow pads. We've got a load of hard race gear under there as well, which you can't see.
Hi.
It's Lewis, my boy. He's recently converted petrol head. Got to carry a light around with me because it's so dark in here, but as you can see, one empty Civic engine bay. Not done a great deal up there, to be honest, but it came to me with a DC2 subframe already in it. Had an MB6 steering rack on there, so I've taken that out. That's now a JDM Integra DC2 steering rack, which I tore apart, took the piston out, took the fluid doodah out of the main top bit there, so it's a completely manual rack now. I have adjusted it a little bit tight, so I've got to take it back off and readjust that again. But we've got K2 Hasport mount kit in the bay. Nice job done on the paint, actually. My only thing about it is it stops once you get to the bulkhead. If you look at the back there, I can appreciate why it was done like that. It's just quick and easy to do the rest of it and not this back piece. So what I will be doing is be taking the 1-inch master cylinder off, S2000 clutch master cylinder off, take all the brake pipes back out, take the steering rack back out, and then I will replicate this nice looking fresh Vogue silver metallic paint onto the bulkhead. There's a couple of bits I want to redo round, like the chassis legs and stuff like that. There's a couple of bits where the rust's starting to come through again. So I'm just going to get all that taken back to bare metal and redo it. What's going in here is going to be a K20 for now, just because I've got one sitting in the garage that I bought with the car, and it's complete, it's ready to drop in and race, so we're just going to go with that. But longer term plans is we're going to get a K24 and swap the head with the K20 head and all that sort of stuff. Lewis, see if you could take that wing off for me.
Which one?
The front wing, yeah. Get your hands underneath it and just lift it off gently without scratching anything. There you go. Yeah, because it's not bolted on. Don't know if we'll be able to see in here, but we've got some new bits and pieces in there. We've got hard race adjustable camber arms at the top. We've got HSD Mono Pro coilovers. Didn't go with the twin ones because a mate of mine said the monos would be better. We've got 9K springs on the front, 6K springs on the back, I think. Again, MB6 brake swap on the front, pistons and seals done in the calipers, fresh paint, completely rebuilt all that stuff. Everything that I've taken off the car or I've had bought for the car to put on it's been completely refreshed and whatnot. Even down to the windscreen washer bottle, which cost me 30 quid because it didn't have one and I need one. Is what it is. So there we are. There's my little Civic. Got a new bonnet at home.
This is really dirty on the
So we've got to get the front end jacked up now, Lewis, because we've got to do the.
Got that jack done.
Got to do
weighs
the.
like 3 tons.
We're putting the shifter plate in it for the.
How do I put this back on?
Just hold it for a minute. I'll sort it out in a second. Doing the hybrid racing shifter mount for the DC5 shifter, so just got to get underneath the car to put the nuts on it, and then she's tight, and then we can put the shifter in. So we're getting there. All right, so as you can see, I'm under the car. Yeah. And there is the 2 bolts. Right, Lewis, dude, I need you
Hello.
up there, please.
Hello, guys.
Hello. Can you get the yeah, so get your Allen key on the top of that, yeah? You on it? Okay. It's not very easy, this malarkey, when you're upside down, you know. You got hold of it or what? kudos to these YouTubers. You can't even see what I'm doing because I don't have the camera in the right place. But it's not that easy, man. Trying to work upside down one-handed. I'm gonna have to can that and do it after. So you should be able to see now.
I can't see.
Up there. It's actually difficult to see like from that distance,
I
but
can't see.
oh, there we go. So you can see the rubber grommet from the underside that blocks all of the road dirt from coming up from the bottom into the cabin. We've got our nylock nuts on the bottom side now. Lewis has done up the back nuts, the back bolts for me, so we're good to go.
Hello?
Yeah, boy. So you can see it's all been painted and whatnot under here, so it's pretty clean. It's ready to rock and roll. Let's get this car built, man. So there we go. She's in. It's quite a straightforward job, really, apart from the messing around to get underneath to get access to them. But I'm just going to take these ones back out now that we know it's all fitted nice. Get some Loctite on them. Get them back in. Wang them down. Lewis, camera dude. Just wait for my my faithful assistant. Yeah.
What's up?
Right. Quickly, we've only got 15% battery life,
Oh, poo.
so we need to be quick. So this is Loctite
Super glue.
242. We're only going to go with the blue stuff because
we like blue.
no, that's not, I don't reckon we're going to need much more than blue. So
We've got to stick them in, have we?
yeah, I just like to
Look
make
at
sure
that.
it's in the threads and don't. So get a little bit of Loctite on there.
Quality content.
Well, we'll let everyone else decide.
We haven't got a name for this car either.
Just a couple of DIYers.
Yeah, we haven't even
I
got...
do have a name for this car.
What?
I'm going to call it the Special K, like the cereal. Because Special K is supposed to make you thin and lightweight. And this Civic will be thin and lightweight because there won't be anything in it. So we're going to call it Special K after the cereal.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's toy like a toiger.
Toy like a toy
So
gun.
now we put this on top of here.
And go shift, 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 shift.
Drop a few bolts in.
Driving.
Although they don't look they don't look very long.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Is that good?
God damn, can't even hold the light. The light's going flat. So the shifter plate's in, shifter is in. We're looking pretty tidy. One thing though is this. I need to stand in there without denting the floor. I'm assuming the cables don't have as much throw as the lever is capable of doing, because if you look at that, that's pretty close to the dashboard for first, second, roughly third. You see it's looking pretty dang close. It's not focused, but and then fifth doesn't go quite as close, but third and first, when you've got a gear lever on there, it's probably going to be up there. It's like knuckle banging. So hopefully the throw on the actual gearbox is less than that, so that once we've got it all hooked up, we don't go smashing our knuckles against the dashboard, huh? So I think possibly I'm going to have to pull the dashboard out, because get the light down there. That silver unit just there is the SRS unit, and it's spot welded to the floor pan in a number of places, on two on the sides, one on the front, I think. Can't see at the back, check that out later, but that's going to be a nightmare to get out. There's a couple of ideas. I could get the angle grinder out and cut a big hole through it, because I think it is hollow around the back, so I could cut a big hole through the middle of it, hacksaw or angle grinder or something like that, and just go through it rather than destroying the floor pan, getting the damn spot welds out. That would probably be easier, but that's a job for another weekend. Done what I came here to do today, so we're gonna pack up, we're gonna head home. Yippee!